Welcome to SilverC Review. I'm having to stand in the sun. I'd much rather be in the shade. This podcast is going to have an introduction, a movie review, movie recommendation, jokes and quotes, and then Inside the Introvert. So all the times will be labeled down below. If you want to skip to a certain section or just watch certain sections, feel free to do so. I've got the camera kind of behind a tree, but it's still windy in this area. There's no real, from the direction the wind's coming, there's no real protection, so yeah, there you go. Had some cattle in the background, but you probably can't see them because they're way over there in the shade now. So thought it'd be cool to have cattle in the field, and they didn't cooperate. So anyways, it is 92 degrees in the sunlight, which I'm having to stand in, so it kind of lights me up, not perfectly. I know I need to do these in the evening, but just didn't work out today. So in the shade with our humidity, it's probably like 85, so at least my camera will stay cool. The introductions are going to be a little bit smaller because I'm going to be doing several together, just since I've got all the locations close by and I was able to watch a ton of movies. Man, this weekend has been awesome. I didn't have hardly anything planned, and I was able to watch 6 movies. Not all of them that I was reviewing, but just in general 6 movies. And I mean, I haven't watched at my current location a full movie in at least a month, like a new movie that I was able to stream. So it's been great. 2 of the movies I watched, one of them is Death Wish. I think this was a remake of another movie, but I'm not really sure. I know I haven't seen the previous one if it was, but it was alright. Giving it a 6 out of 10. Nothing really special about it, but I liked the ending and everything, so it was okay. Another movie, 10x10, like 10 by 10. I'm giving that one a 5 out of 10. It's, man, I had to handwrite this stuff because I didn't have time to type it, and I apparently handwrite smaller than I type, or than I have my text. So I'm going to have to step up a little bit. 10x10 is definitely worth a watch. It's got a lot of problems with it, but overall it's not too bad. So that's going to be it for the introduction. We're going to go into the movie review. This one's going to be Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10. There will be spoilers in it. Probably nothing you didn't see coming, but still, spoilers nonetheless. So when it starts off, it's got really good lighting that, like the lightning shows where the dinosaurs are, and I thought that was very cool, very, made it kind of a scary aspect. I definitely saw the thing jumping out of the water to grab the guy on the helicopter from like a mile away. Like as soon as he barely escapes the T-Rex and the helicopter's getting away, I was like, that thing's going to jump out of the water, and sure enough, jumps out and gets him. Oh, I could definitely see the dinosaur rights being a thing today. I mean, in the world we live in, hang on just a sec. Okay, there's a glare on the screen, I thought there was a bug on it. In the world we live in today, I could definitely see dinosaur rights. There's a group playing frisbee golf. I was trying to look around and see if there's one of those things around me. I don't think there is. I love the guy that said we're not compatible. That was very funny. I could say that to a lot of people. It's like, yeah, we're not compatible. Like, you need to stay away from me. And throughout the whole movie, he was very comedic and the kind of person I would probably be. I'm probably going to be sweating in this also. It's rather warm. It's I was going to start my watch so I could see how long the video was going. That way I'd actually know, and I forgot to start it. So, but yeah, it's almost 3 p.m., so like about the hottest part of the day, somewhere between like 1 and 3. So I might be glistening like a vampire. It's kind of weird how the male and female leads, the Chris Pratt and whoever the lady is, didn't work out from the last movie, because like, I don't remember in the last movie them really having any problems, but in this movie they're completely separated, so that kind of caught me off guard. I was like, oh, that's weird. It's got the classic story of the military wants to weaponize everything and doesn't care who gets hurt or about anybody else, and we've seen that in a million movies. I thought the scene where Chris Pratt's character is paralyzed and he's having to avoid the lava. It was funny and awesome and hilarious. So that one was really good. Very Chris Pratty. This is very hard to keep where I'm at. It was a nice epic T-Rex moment at one point where it showed the T-Rex coming out and it had like explosions behind him and everything. Really like that. Hopefully I'm not too far from the camera, you can actually hear me. I know there's some loud birds around me. They sound like car alarms. I thought it was a little weird how the dinosaurs were fighting each other and trying to fight the people when they were running away from lava. You would think that would take precedence over fighting each other. Like, I mean, if one was blocking another one, I could see that, but they like stopped and started fighting each other. I guess their instinct. Well, no, because survivalism is an instinct as well. I don't know. Thought that was kind of weird. They just had to use their stupid glass balls again. Couldn't get away from that. And it didn't really help them much yet again. They keep making and developing dinosaurs that are harder and harder to kill, and it's like, kind of need a different theme. I mean, it seems like every movie they've got this new dinosaur that's extremely hard to kill, and they gotta figure out a new way to deal with it. Did I see the Velociraptor cry at one point? I'm pretty sure, I can't remember the exact scene, I'm pretty sure, I think he was hurt and I saw like a tear come down his eye. I was like, really? Did I really just see that? Because if I did, that was stupid. I mean, he would have guessed that all the dinosaurs get loose and they have to fight them all. Greed always gets you killed. You see that very evident in the movie, as it is in most movies. I don't get sunburned. Doing a 30-minute video in the sun, which I'm fairly tan, but the hottest part of the sun is on me for 30 minutes. I was planning on standing in the shade, and I did stand in the shade over there, and it was fine. I was lit up and everything, but the wind over there was really, really bad, like worse than it is here. And so I came over here, and the shade, even though I can't really detect it very well with my eyes, it is way darker over here, and I would have had to completely blown out the background. So I'm standing in the sun now. So just like that, they can clone humans. I thought that was a little weird. I mean, that seems like a feat that would be, I don't know, like they would progress. It was just like, oh, we can clone dinosaurs. Hey, we can clone humans now. This girl is a clone, or we developed her, or whatever. So, and it doesn't really stress on that. Like, I feel like that would be a very big thing, and it doesn't really, like, I know at the end she's like, they're living just like me, and they kind of reference it, but I don't know, I feel like that should be a big part of the movie, that they can clone humans. When they turn the lights out, they're going against, like, apparently the best dinosaur hunter that's been developed. So, I mean, they've talked about they can smell really well, and I'm guessing their eyesight is super well. So I really feel like turning the lights off didn't help at all. Like, I know the dinosaur didn't see them until they turned the lights off, but it just, for me, just made it, like, more of a scary movie, and I felt like it didn't really, wasn't assisting them in it. So the stealth ninja raptor, that was pretty lame. Like, when he's on the roof and he's hanging upside down and is able to gently open the door and then like creeps in, and even then, like, why would he not just attack her? Like, he's slowly approaching her. The whole scene, I was like, really, guys? I know this is a highly developed killing dinosaur. Hey, look, I got shade from the clouds. I know it's a highly developed dinosaur, but still, that was lame. There's no way that fit into the movie. And yet again, they get saved by the raptors. It's like every movie. Last movie they got saved by the raptors. This movie they got saved by the raptors. Everything's about the raptors in these movies. I mean, even the killer in this one was an advanced raptor. The last one was a T-Rex mixed with a raptor. It's like everything is about velociraptors. So at the ending, the dinosaurs are just all over the world now, and I'm pretty sure, it was kind of hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that water creature killed a surfer as he was surfing. Like, it looked like he came up and ate him, so I don't know, that was kind of weird. Like, are they trying to set up another movie where they're trying to fight against them? Or, I mean, I know doing that, they were able to actually call it Jurassic World, but I don't know, it wasn't a bad cliffhanger, because it was just kind of like, oh, they're out there, and I mean, they could never make another one, that would be fine. But it's kind of a weird ending, but not too bad. And I think they had an after credit scene where it was just like pterodactyls landing in some popular big city, Paris or London, or I don't know, Japan, some city that had lots of lights and a tower that was probably very recognizable, that I should have known, but I don't. So, but I'm pretty sure that was an after credit scene, because what I was watching like stopped and then showed that. So it's kind of weird, after credit scenes. Like Marvel, you know there's gonna be after credit scenes, so that's fine. You always wait until after the credits. But even then, when I went and watched it was Deadpool. When I went and watched Deadpool 2, I had to actually Google how many after credit scenes there were, because I didn't want to miss anything. So it's like I'm constantly having to look up if a movie has after credit scenes or not. And there should be some way they can signal at the beginning if they have an after credit scene. I guess they just want people to stay forever and watch them, which is very boring. But that's gonna be it. Oh, I don't think I said spoil. Oh yeah, I did. Anyways, that's gonna be it for Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, 7 out of 10. We're gonna go on to my movie recommendation. This is gonna be Roll Bounce, 2005 movie. My hand is so hot. My neck is so hot. It's a very funny movie. It's kind of like a disco and Bring It On and skating, and the description for it is: Xavier, a teenage boy in Chicago, struggles with the loss of his mother and turns to roller skating as a way to deal with his angst. He and his friends are the stars of the skating rink they frequent, but this is about to change. When it closes down, they have no choice but to try out a more upscale spot. There they enroll in a skating contest and have to prove themselves to the reigning champions. So, very similar to like Bring It On, but it's very unique because it's on roller skates. And the way they choreograph and they're skating around, it's very awesome. Kind of like ice skating or something. What was that one? Blades of Glory, I think it was called. It was a comedy, but I mean, it was still kind of cool because of that, which is not in my collection, but I just thought of it. So anyways, Roll Bounce, check it out. I'm going to go on to the jokes and quotes. And I made sure my phone was unlocked, but I did not, however, make sure that it had the program up, so I get like partial credit. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Why do scuba divers always fall off the boat backwards? Because if they fell forwards, they'd still be in the boat. Woohoo! That was a little silent. May have to take a step forward. What do you call a cow that has recently given birth? Decaffeinated. Alright, that was better. Quotes: stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. And this is one of those that you have to figure out what makes you glad that you're alive. It's completely different for every person, and once you figure it out, it may take forever, but once you figure it out, just hang on to it and try to incorporate it in all aspects of your life, and just never stop searching for it. Even if you haven't found anything that makes you glad you're alive, there's something out there. And as I've said a million times, never stop fighting. That's the same thing. Never stop fighting for your search and what makes you glad that you are alive. So just never give up on it. Keep looking for it, and it's out there. And then once you find it, cling to it. The other quote: to make a difference in someone's life, you don't have to be brilliant, rich, beautiful, or perfect. You just have to care. And that's really all it is. It can be the most simple thing. You can just saying hi to somebody on a daily basis, or remembering their name, or commenting on something they're doing that looks good, or if they're wearing something nice. Just small things, even smiling at people, can really make people's day. And I'm not saying you have to go out of your way, but if you see something, speak about it. And this coming from a very silent person, I actually have a lot of trouble with this, but I try to, if I notice anything, I say it. Even if it's going to make an awkward situation, I just go ahead and say it, because it probably makes that person feel good. And, I mean, there have been many times that people will say, man, you just made my whole week. And that's good. That's the goal, is you'll be surprised what the little things can do. Like, why was it wrong? You can probably hear that. At Christmas time, I always make customized photo cards. Like, I take a Christmas card and then print one of my 4x6 prints, and then I put like a little saying, like if it's a squirrel just kind of laying on the ground, I'll be like, make sure you take time to relax in the new year. And then I also put in like a joke, an actual joke or quote or something, kind of like I do with this, and then I give it out to all my team members, which I only have like 40-ish actual team members. So, and they love it, and it's I feel like in my life I try to be as authentic and genuine as possible, because I feel like that really gets through to people, and so many people nowadays are not. They're just, I don't know, they just don't care enough. So all you have to do is care. You don't need money for that. You don't need to be brilliant. You don't need to do all this stuff. Just be yourself and show show others that you care, and that's all that's required. So that's going to be it for jokes and quotes. I feel like we're flying through this one. Apparently when I write out the bullet points, it doesn't take nearly as long to talk about them. This is going to be the Inside the Introvert section now. And so many of these. I had one yesterday as well. I'll have to put in a later video. So I had a wedding rehearsal, and they were lined up, and they had like the chairs here and the groomsmen here. And I just need to be able to walk in between the groomsmen and the person that was going to be sitting in that chair. Didn't need a lot of space, just like a little bit. So I told the groomsman, because he was kind of, it looked like it was just a rehearsal, and it looked like he was kind of out of line. So I said, can you take like half a step back during the actual wedding, so that way I can walk in between you. So the dude says that they're trying to stay in line or whatever, and they're trying to make room for someone else that wasn't actually there that day, which there was still plenty of room. So he voices to the person who's kind of in charge of it all that I need more room. And I was like, that's not what I said. I just need you to take a half step back. So then everyone starts saying, the photographer needs more room over here. I was just like, oh, I want this to stop. And so they end up moving the entire line of chairs back, and then they have like this swing chair swing, whatever you want to call it. And they actually bring it back and put a post in the ground and tie that off so they can move both the bride and groom and the two groomsmen, or the line of groomsmen and bridesmaids back. I was like, I just needed half a step. Why did you guys go all crazy on this? So I really wish I hadn't said anything, but it was very awkward the entire time. At the wedding, there was not very much prepared, and I like to get there early and walk around and take pictures, and it takes me a while to think of shots and think of ways to incorporate what they're using into the shots that I'm able to do. Because I'm not real creative, but I'm very good at, oh man, the wind's blowing. I'm going to stop for just a second. I think I have time. Okay, I'm not real creative, but I know what looks good. So if I can find the items they have and incorporate them into the shots that I know already look good, it takes time to do that. And I walked around, they had like nothing set up. So, and this wedding, the ceremony started at 7:30, so, and it was outside, so I'm already losing daylight. And like I walked around and quickly took pictures of everything they had set up, but there was a lot more later on that I was like, oh man, I should have gotten a picture of this, I should have gotten a picture of this, and it just wasn't set out. I didn't know, since I can't see it like in the mornings before I go to work, I have to set everything out where I can see it. If I don't see it, I'm gonna forget it. So that was the kind of thing, like since they didn't have everything already prepared, if I couldn't see it, I forgot it, and that's what happened. And so I ended up standing around the house, and people were flying around, getting dressed, and it was like a madhouse, and I was just standing there, awkward, completely out of place, because there was nothing to take pictures of. Like occasionally I would take pictures of their living room. The person brought in the cake, and I took pictures of her kind of setting up the cake, because it was a tiered thing, so she had to stack it and stuff. But that was it. and so I just awkwardly stood there, kind of leaning against the wall, like, I hate this. That's a very introvert feeling, is just feeling out of place, not knowing how to react. I don't know, it just didn't come natural. So I was at someone's house that was going to do a portrait for, like a family portrait shoot, and when I got there maybe 10 minutes early, and because I'm having to, the drive time was about 45 minutes, so just in case something happens, because it's a pretty good drive time, I wanted to go early, so about 10 minutes early. And I went ahead and went inside, and they were still getting dressed and everything, so I was just kind of sitting on the couch in their living room. One of their younger kids, he's got something very different about him. I'm not sure if he's autistic or what it is, but he's, I don't know, he just acts very differently. And he's more of a, likes to touch things more than just perceive it with his eyes. And also, he'll yell out and just like bang on stuff, and I can't ever tell if he's, because they speak an African language, I can't tell if he's speaking their language or if he's just yelling. And so I never know what's going on. So I just kind of sit there. Well, at one point he comes up to me, and you gotta imagine, he's probably up to here to me, but I'm sitting down on the couch. And he just kind of grabs my head and moves in really close. I'm introverted, I like personal space, and I kind of leaned back a little bit. I was like, is he gonna kiss my forehead or something? I was like, okay, this is weird. So I just sat there, and he got like centimeters away from me, and then, alright, I'm back. My battery died. It was super hot. I mean, it's super hot outside, so I know that makes them die faster, and it said it was at 100%. I didn't quite trust it, and I shouldn't have trusted it because it was not completely at 100%. It was probably at like 50%. For some reason, my camera, when you first turn it on, is like, oh hey, everything's good, it's 100%, and then like you take 5 seconds of video and it's like, oh actually I'm at 50%. So I don't know, it's like it can't read the battery level if it's nice and cool and just started. So anyways, I was telling the story about the kid touching my face, and he did that about 4 times. Like, he would come over. At one point he got eye level with me and just like looked into my eyes and was like looking around my eyes, and I was just kind of staring at him like, this is so weird. I wonder what his parents are going to think if he comes in, which I guess they know that he does this kind of thing, but it was very odd and very awkward for me. But one more story. I've had someone cutting my hair for years, and I'm finally having to find someone new to cut my hair. And the last time I did this was when I was in college, because I had someone in my hometown cutting my hair, and then I went to college and decided to, instead of trying to drive all the way back, I would just find someone there. And no, it was, I went to one place, and then I decided I was just going to drive back because she ended up washing my hair. And I don't know, I talked to someone recently, and I guess they said that's oftentimes part of a haircut, is they wash your hair, but I can wash my own hair. Like, I don't, like, if you can actually see it now, it's not a good example because I didn't take a shower last night because I don't have anything else to do. I just have to take one later today. But anyways, my hair does get oily if I don't wash it, but I had definitely washed it before I went to get a haircut, and it felt like she was treating me like a little baby or something, like, oh, you don't know how to wash your hair, and I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a dentist brushing my teeth. Like, if they were just to use a toothbrush and brush my teeth instead of like their high-powered stuff, it'd be weird. Like, it's like you're doing what I can do. So anyways, because of that experience, I was worried about having to go get another haircut, but it worked out fine. She didn't wash my hair, or I got there about 20 minutes early than my appointment time, and she was able to get me right in, and she actually had me out of there before my appointment time. And the only thing is, I wish she could have made my hair a little bit shorter, because I like to go as long as possible between haircuts. Usually if my hair goes over my ears and I have to brush it behind my ears, that's when I know I need a haircut, because I can't stand doing that for whatever reason. It makes me feel like a girl. I'm like, oh, I'm so pretty. I'm like, no, I don't like it. So that's around the time I have to get a haircut. Usually it's like a month and a half to 2 months. So I wish she had gone a little bit shorter, like on top and stuff, but other than that, it was a really good experience, and I plan to go back there. So it was definitely awkward the day of, like being scared to go to it, but nope, it was good. So that one worked out. That was one of my introverted fears that didn't come to fruition. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Actually doing pretty well on time. If you're listening to the video, you can see it on YouTube. You can see all my videos on YouTube. All the previous episodes, if you want to download them, you can use the YouTube MP3 downloader that I'm going to reference in another video. And if you want to see some nature pictures, check out my Flickr. It's SilverC_review. Also some cool Photoshopped pictures. And it's also on Pinterest, and you can find me on Twitter, and all the new episodes are uploaded to SoundCloud. They stay on there for about a month. So check me out. Take care. Finger guns.